Hi, this is Trepacer. Welcome to Trepacer Saturday Reviews. I know this is a little late. I went to see two movies today, but I'm here. I'm back, and I watched the movie when I came back. And the movie that I'm reviewing, I went back to the Vincent Price collection, and I went to 1964's The Masque of the Red Death. That's another Edgar Allan Poe tale, produced and directed by Roger Corman. And this one was actually filmed in England because he got a subsidy for the movie, and the tax laws over there were a lot, you know, cheaper tax laws for that, so that's one of the reasons why he filmed it over there. Anyway, this tells the story of Vincent Price is in this as well. It stars also Hazel Court and Jane Asher. It's the story about Prince Prospero. It takes place in sort of like the I don't know, mid I'm trying to think what kind of century, early probably like 1500s or something like that. Maybe so, I forget exactly. Around the time, cart and horse. Anyway, there's a rich guy, played by Vincent Price, Prince Prospero. He's the evil prince. He lives in a castle, and he lords with his rich friends, and he has this poor village called Catanina. I think that's where all the poor servants who basically harbor their harvest, and they give it to the prince as tribute. But he's an evil guy who basically worships Satan. Okay, and he basically treats the peasants like crap. And one day while he's riding through the village, he discovers that the Death, or the Red Plague, has infected the village. So he decides, he tells them to burn down the village. And meanwhile, there's these two villagers, specifically one villager named Gino, who basically kind of curses and kind of stands up to Prince Prospero, him and his father-in-law, and they basically get sentenced to death. But then Gino's wife, the beautiful Francesca, played by Jane Asher, she steps up and says, "Listen, please don't, spare their lives." And of course, Prince Prospero is taken by her youth and her beauty and her seemingly dedication to God, because she wears a big cross, and he decides to take her and her father and her husband back to his castle, and he tells his men to burn out the village because, again, the red plague has infected the village. So he said, just burn it down. And while they're burning it down, he goes back to his castle, and where he's entertaining his rich and corrupt friends. And like I said, he's worshiping Satan, and he's actually married to Juliana. She's his wife, who he's kind of disrespects, but she's trying to win favor with Prospero by pledging herself to Satan. Okay, and of course she's again, put out by him bringing another young, beautiful, and this is probably not the first time he's done this. Okay, and also at the same time, there's this mysterious figure in red that's hanging around on the outskirts of town. This mysterious figure, that's dispensing this advice, warning of the Red Death coming. Okay, and in the meantime, Prince Prospero is basically trying to corrupt Francesca, trying to get her to not believe in God and to come over to Satan. Basically, is what he's trying to do. Okay, and of course he has his rich friends, and Prince Prospero, he's like I said, he revels in trying to corrupt her innocence by showing her all the depravity that he can make these rich people that are under his protection, make them growl like animals, make them bow down, and basically do anything he wants them to do because they're under his protection. And he basically tries to tell Francesca about all the virtues of his god, which is the devil. Okay, and this is a really, really intense, dark tale. Okay, of course it would be the Masque of the Red Death. And I read a little of the backstory about Edgar Allan Poe, and apparently his family members, several of his family members suffered from the Red Death, or I think it was more commonly known as maybe consumption back then, or tuberculosis. Tuberculosis, I think that's what it was. So maybe that probably kind of inspired him to write the story. But anyway, Vincent Price is great as usual as Prince Prospero. He's elegant in his absolute evilness. He has a presence. Prince Price has this presence when he's he's showing Francesca around, and he's telling her about his God, or his the devil, and how her God is nothing, and how why would her God let the world suffer with all the death and destruction going around. And and also David Weston is good as Gino. He's the her Francesca's husband, and he's always trying to fight back, even though that he's in prison in the castle and trying to fight back, and basically Prince Prospero is trying to get him and his father-in-law to basically fight each other to the death just for his mere amusement. Okay, and it's a really, really good movie. Just like I said, it's dark and intense, and they show a lot of, especially in Hazel Court too, has a good part in this. Like I said, she's basically trying to win favor with Prospero by pledging herself, pledging her loyalty to the devil, and she totally gives her herself, in these ceremonies that they have to try to give herself over, to date. And the visual imagery that Roger Corman creates is just fantastic, and the colors, the bright colors that he uses for the different rooms and stuff are just amazing, and it's a beautiful movie to look at. It's just absolutely beautiful, but it's like I said, it's a dark tale, but very well done by the cast and crew. Okay, I'm going to give The Masque of the Red Death a 7 out of 10. Just really good. I definitely highly recommend it. It's intense. Vincent Price is at his best, his evil best in this movie, and love the imagery that Roger Corman creates in this movie. It's just absolutely fantastic, and definitely worth watching. Anyway, let me know what you think. If you've seen The Masque of the Red Death, what do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below. And this is Trepacer saying so long and take care.